Have you ever wondered if the habits you've held onto for years are quietly stealing your joy, energy, and fulfillment? As we age, behaviors that once seemed harmless can become silent barriers, draining our vitality, straining our relationships, and keeping us from truly thriving. In this video, we're unveiling 7 critical habits you need to stop right now to reclaim control of your life. And the reasons to watch until the end will transform the way you live your golden years. These aren't just tips. They're life-changing insights grounded in wisdom and experience, designed to empower you to live with intention, rediscover your voice, and embrace the richness of this stage of life. From breaking free of social isolation to shattering myths about aging and intimacy, each point reveals how small changes can unlock profound emotional and physical well-being. You'll discover why questioning everything, nurturing connections, and prioritizing your health can add not just years to your life but vibrant, meaningful moments filled with purpose and happiness. Stay with us until the end to learn practical steps to stop these draining habits and start living fully, because your best years might still be ahead. By watching, you'll gain actionable strategies to boost your confidence, strengthen your relationships, and even enhance your health with surprising benefits backed by research. Don't miss out. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment 1 if you're ready to transform your life. Let's dive into the 7 habits you need to stop today to unlock a richer, more fulfilling future. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. The first thing you need to stop doing immediately is accepting everything people say without questioning it. This habit, so common and so quietly damaging, steals your power little by little, and too often, we don't even realize it's happening. Pause for a moment and think about how many times you found yourself nodding along just to avoid a disagreement or uncomfortable confrontation. How often have you swallowed your thoughts, buried your feelings deep inside, simply because you didn't want to rock the boat or cause tension? Believe me, you are not alone. This silent surrender is something many of us fall into, especially as the years go by. Somewhere along the way, life and society have gently, but firmly, conditioned us to believe that keeping the peace means silencing ourselves, agreeing with whatever is said, and smoothing over any ripples with a smile. It's a lonely, exhausting role to play. But here's the painful and often unspoken truth. Every single time you agree with something that doesn't resonate with your heart, every time you say yes when your deepest self is screaming no, you are slowly chipping away at the foundation of your self-worth. You are handing over pieces of yourself, one by one, until the day comes when you wake up and struggle to recognize the person staring back in the mirror. It's heartbreaking to realize you become a shadow of who you once were, all because you thought silence was safer than speaking up. You might convince yourself that going along with others' opinions or decisions is the easiest path, avoiding drama, stress, or awkwardness. But in truth, what you're losing is far more precious. Your voice, your sense of autonomy, your right to steer your own life. When you stop questioning, when you stop asserting what you truly believe in, you're surrendering your power. You're letting others, sometimes unknowingly, dictate the direction of your life, and that slow erosion of your independence is a deep and painful loss. I've witnessed this pattern too many times to count. There's this heartbreaking misconception that as we age, our opinions become less important, our decisions less worthy. But I couldn't disagree more. The wisdom and insight you've gained over the decades are priceless treasures. Your experiences have shaped a perspective rich with nuance and depth, something no one else can replicate or replace. Why would you ever silence a voice so seasoned and profound? Think back on those moments when you held back your truth. The times you disagreed but stayed quiet for the sake of peace. Those aren't just missed conversations, they're missed opportunities to honor yourself. By doing that, you're not just keeping peace with others, you're sacrificing your inner peace. It's a quiet kind of suffering that chips away at your joy, your confidence, and ultimately, your happiness. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to have your say, not only in big decisions but in everyday moments. Never let anyone convince you that your voice doesn't matter. Your voice matters more now than ever before. It is a voice shaped by life's trials, triumphs, and lessons, carrying the weight of hard-earned wisdom that younger generations can only aspire to understand. When you stop questioning and start blindly agreeing, you weaken your ability to protect yourself and make choices that truly honor your values. This slowly breeds a sense of helplessness, as if life is happening to you, rather than being shaped by you. But it doesn't have to be this way. It's time to break free from that damaging cycle. It's time to reclaim your voice, trust your instincts, and boldly make decisions that reflect who you truly are. Remember, your opinions and beliefs are your compass. Let them guide you, not the expectations or assumptions of others. You are worthy of standing tall, speaking your truth, and living a life that is authentically yours. The second thing you need to stop doing is isolating yourself socially. I completely understand how, as we grow older, the urge to withdraw from the world can feel overwhelming, almost like a heavy fog that slowly envelopes your spirit. It's so tempting to stay inside your home, to skip those social gatherings that once brought joy but now feel like mountains to climb. The thought of keeping up friendships or meeting new people can drain you before you even begin. I've felt it too, the tiredness, the fear of awkwardness, the silent voice that whispers, "Maybe it's easier to be alone." But here's a truth I've come to realize and want to share with you. Isolation is a cruel thief. It steals away something precious, our connection to others, our joy, and ultimately, a vital piece of what it means to be truly alive. Loneliness isn't just an emotional ache, it's a physical wound. Studies have shown time and again that prolonged isolation isn't harmless. It raises the risk of heart disease, depression, and even accelerates cognitive decline. Our brains, wired for connection, crave the presence of others. We are social beings, designed to share our lives, our laughter, tears, ideas, and dreams. When you shut the door on the world, you're doing more than avoiding uncomfortable social moments. You're denying your mind and body the nourishment they desperately need to flourish. I know that sometimes, when energy runs low or when it feels like you don't quite fit in anymore, retreating feels like the safest choice. But please believe me when I say, you have so much to offer. Your stories, your hard-earned wisdom, the lessons life has carved into your soul, these are treasures the world needs to hear. A simple conversation over coffee, a gentle phone call with a long-lost friend, these small connections can breathe life back into your days. Isolation doesn't just sit quietly. It creeps in like a slow poison, corroding your emotional well-being and silently harming your health. At first, it might feel like nothing more than a faint whisper of loneliness, barely noticeable. But over time, that whisper grows into a heavy, aching sadness, a feeling that something essential has slipped away. I've seen it in myself and others, the quiet, gnawing emptiness that takes hold when human connection fades. But here's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's never too late to reach out. No matter your age, no matter how long it's been, the door to connection is always open. Whether it's family, old friends, or new acquaintances waiting to be made, don't wait for someone else to make the first move. Take that brave step yourself. Even a little effort, attending a social event you've been avoiding, picking up the phone to reconnect, can work wonders. Remember, it's not about being surrounded by crowds or forcing endless small talk. It's about meaningful interactions that fill your heart with warmth and belonging. Whether it's deep conversations with a close friend, joining a local group where you feel welcome, or simply being more present with the people already in your life, connection is the lifeblood of our well-being. Don't let isolation rob you of this. You deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued. You deserve the laughter, the shared stories, and the comfort of companionship. Reach out, reconnect, and remind yourself and the world that your presence matters. You might be thinking it's harder now to make new friends, or that many old friends have moved away or passed on. Maybe those feelings of isolation whisper to you that solitude is all that's left. But I promise you, that's simply not true. There are countless ways to rekindle connections and discover new ones, even if it feels daunting. Whether through community groups, classes, hobbies, or even technology that bridges the distance, opportunities for connection are waiting, ready for you to say yes. Every single moment of connection, no matter how small, nourishes your heart, mind, and soul. These moments remind you that you are part of something bigger, that your life is rich with meaning, and that your voice still matters deeply. So if you've been avoiding people, skipping social events, or settling into the quiet comfort of isolation because it seems easier, now is the time to stop. Human connection is one of the greatest gifts we can embrace as we age gracefully. It fills our days with joy, purpose, and vitality. Don't let the false safety of solitude drown out the laughter, conversation, and love waiting just beyond your door. You deserve all of that, and the world is waiting to hear your stories and feel the warmth you bring. The third thing you need to stop doing: neglecting your physical health because you think it's too late to make a difference. This way of thinking is one of the most heartbreaking and dangerous traps we can fall into as we get older. It's so easy to slip into the belief that, after all the years and all the wear and tear our bodies have endured, or because we're no longer as young and strong as we once were, it just doesn't matter anymore. Maybe deep down, you've whispered to yourself that exercising won't change anything now, that eating healthier is pointless, or that those doctor appointments you keep pushing aside simply aren't urgent. But I want to speak to you from the heart. That couldn't be further from the truth. No matter if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, it is never too late to start caring for your body. The moment you choose to invest in your physical health is a powerful act of self-love and resilience. Small, intentional changes, as simple as taking a gentle walk around the block, doing some stretches to ease stiffness, or practicing balance exercises, can transform your daily life in ways you might not expect. These are not just empty routines. They are meaningful steps toward preserving your independence, reclaiming your strength, and feeling more capable with each passing day. Don't ever underestimate the enormous power held in these small acts of self-care. They truly are life-changing. What you choose to eat also has a profound effect on how vibrant and energized you feel every day. A diet rich in wholesome, nourishing foods and plenty of water can awaken a vitality within you that you might have forgotten existed. It's a shield that helps protect you from chronic illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, conditions that often threaten us as we age, but don't have to define our lives. Imagine waking up feeling more energized, with fewer aches and pains, and the comforting knowledge that you're fueling your body with exactly what it needs to thrive, even in this stage of your journey. But here's the real magic. Caring for your physical health goes beyond your body. It seeps into your emotional world, lighting up your spirit in ways that can be truly transformative. When you prioritize your health, you're sending yourself a powerful message: that you matter, that you are worthy of care and attention, and that your life still holds so much promise and joy. There's something deeply uplifting about feeling your body respond to care. It awakens your mind, boosts your self-esteem, and paints your outlook with brighter, more hopeful colors. You begin to feel more confident, more alive, and more connected to the precious moments around you. And honestly, who wouldn't want to feel that way? This isn't about pretending you're younger than you are or trying to turn back the clock. It's about honoring the incredible vessel that has carried you through all your life's ups and downs, and giving it the kindness and respect it deserves. It's about embracing the years you have ahead and filling them with as much vitality, energy, and well-being as possible. When you take care of your physical health, you're making a heartfelt investment in your future. A future where you can continue enjoying the activities, the relationships, and the experiences that give your life meaning. So please, stop telling yourself that it's too late or that it won't make a difference. Every small step you take toward better health, whether it's an extra walk, a balanced meal, or finally making that doctor's appointment, is a gift to yourself. It moves you closer to a life full of joy, freedom, and precious time to savor what truly matters. Your health is one of life's greatest gifts, and it's never too late to nurture it. Don't give up on yourself now. There is so much more to see, to feel, and to experience, and you deserve to be at your very best for every beautiful moment. The fourth thing you must stop doing is living in the past and allowing the memories of old times to overshadow your present. It's so deeply human to look back and hold tight to those defining chapters of your life. The people who once filled your world, the places that shaped your journey, and the choices that made you who you are today. Those memories, they're treasures, no doubt. They bring warmth, comfort, and sometimes even a bittersweet smile. But here's where it gets complicated. When memories start to chain you down, when they become a weight around your heart, they stop being gifts and start becoming shackles. Shackles that keep you from breathing fully in the present, from feeling alive in the here and now. I've seen, and maybe you felt it too, that living only in the past, no matter how sweet or golden those moments seem, is like living in a world that no longer exists. And that's heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking, because while you're caught in that old place, life is quietly moving forward, with new joys, new chances, and experiences that are just waiting for you to reach out and embrace them. So many of us, especially as the years add up, begin to believe that our best days are behind us, that the thrill, the wonder, and the excitement of life are things of yesterday, not today. It's easy to fall into that trap. You start to dwell on faces you haven't seen in years, the roads you didn't take, the moments you wish you could rewind. And regret, the heavy, suffocating regret, can creep in, clouding the beauty of the present with shadows from what might have been. But here's the truth, a truth I feel in my bones and want to shout from the rooftops. That kind of thinking, as natural as it may feel, is one of the greatest thieves of joy there is. It's like telling yourself there's no more room for happiness, no more space for growth, no more chapters left to write. And nothing could be further from reality. The past is a story you carry, yes, but it is not the whole story. It is not the ending. The present moment, that fleeting, miraculous now, is all we truly have. What you do with the gift of today, with the breath you're taking right now, matters infinitely more than anything that has passed. We cannot change what's behind us, no matter how much we might wish otherwise. But we hold the incredible power to choose how we live today. Every sunrise is a new chance, every conversation an opportunity to connect, and every small step a movement towards something beautiful. When you let yourself get stuck in the past, you're closing the door on your own future. You're saying no to the limitless possibilities waiting to unfold. And that, my dear friend, is the biggest tragedy of all. This is not the end. Far from it. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with promise, hope, and untapped potential. I know it's easy to believe that because you're further along in life's journey, the chances for adventure, joy, or growth have slipped away. But I want to challenge that belief right now, because it's simply not true. Life keeps giving every single day. It whispers new opportunities in your ear, inviting you to step into fresh experiences, to learn, to laugh, and to love in ways you may not have imagined before. Whether it's picking up a hobby you've long admired but never tried, discovering a new skill that excites your curiosity, or reaching out to build new friendships that fill your heart with warmth, each day holds the promise of new beginnings. It's never ever too late to start a new story, to paint your life with colors of peace, happiness, and purpose. But you have to be willing to set the past down, to place those memories gently in their rightful place. In your heart, yes, but not in your hands controlling your every moment. Remember, the best days may very well be the ones you haven't lived yet. They're waiting for you, if you just open the door. The fifth thing you need to stop doing: sacrificing your happiness and well-being for others. I truly understand how deeply ingrained this habit can be. For so many of us, especially if you've spent years, decades even, in the role of caretaker, putting others first can feel like the very essence of who you are. It feels noble, sometimes even necessary. Maybe you believe that your value, your worth, is measured by how much you give away, how many people you can comfort, how selflessly you can serve your family, friends, or community. That constant giving becomes your identity, your purpose. But here's a truth that's hard to swallow, yet so important. When you continually put everyone else's needs ahead of your own, you risk losing the most precious thing you have, yourself. And what breaks my heart the most is that sometimes the very people you've sacrificed for don't even fully recognize the depth of your giving. The years you've devoted to caring for children, grandchildren, a spouse, or other loved ones have drained your energy, your dreams, your health, and yes, your happiness. You've pushed aside your own desires, telling yourself that someday, one day, you'll get to focus on you. But that day isn't someday anymore. It's now. You've earned the right to your own happiness. You deserve to live a life where your well-being matters just as much as anyone else's. And here's the painful reality that often goes unspoken. When you sacrifice too much, people can start taking it for granted. It's not because they don't care, but because they've grown used to your constant generosity. They begin to expect it as if it's their birthright. This expectation can quietly erode your spirit, making you feel invisible, undervalued, and depleted. You've trained them, without meaning to, that your needs come last. But that is a dangerous place to live. You are not meant to be last in your own life story. Prioritizing yourself, your health, your dreams, it's not selfish. It's necessary. You cannot pour love, care, and energy from an empty cup. After all these years of giving, your cup might be dangerously low. And that's okay. Because now, it's time to refill it. To nurture yourself with the same compassion you have so freely given to others. Maybe that means saying no more often, setting boundaries that protect your time and energy, or carving out moments just for your joy. Whether it's traveling to a place you've always dreamed of, reconnecting with hobbies long forgotten, or simply allowing yourself to rest, without guilt, you must begin to put yourself first. You are not a machine designed to endlessly serve. You are a human being, deserving of love, care, happiness, and peace. The truth is, no one else can take care of you better than you can. So please, stop sacrificing yourself for others. You've done enough. It's time to turn some of that love inward, to honor your life by living it on your terms. And now, as you stand at this stage in your life, it's time to face an uncomfortable truth. Enough is enough. It may feel unsettling or even controversial to admit it, but while you have been the rock, the steady caregiver who always said yes, those you have helped might be carrying on without fully appreciating your sacrifices. It's painful, yes, but it's a reality many don't want to confront. Over time, this cycle of giving without receiving can breed a quiet, burning resentment. A whisper that grows louder with each unreciprocated act of kindness. The recognition, the gratitude, the support you hoped for might never come in the way you imagined. And if you keep going down this path, you risk losing not only your happiness but your health and vitality too. Exhaustion will seep into your bones until you wake up one day and ask yourself, what about me? When do I get to live for myself? Breaking this cycle is not just about reclaiming joy, it's about survival. It's the most vital act of self-love you can give yourself. Put your needs first. Not because you are selfish, but because you are worthy. Because if you don't take care of you, who will? Let others carry their own burdens. Lay down the weight you've carried for so long. It's your time now, to cherish yourself, to honor your dreams, and to live a life full of the happiness and peace you so richly deserve. The sixth thing you need to stop doing. Ignoring your own physical and emotional limits because you're afraid of seeming weak or incapable. This fear is so deeply ingrained in many of us, especially as we grow older, that it almost feels like a betrayal to admit vulnerability. But here's the truth, and it's one I wish more people understood. Denying your limits doesn't make you strong. It puts you in real danger. There's this stubborn, almost invisible voice inside that tells us, if I say I can't do it, I'm giving in to age, I'm failing. But I've come to realize that this mindset is not only false, it's actually harmful. When we refuse to acknowledge that our bodies and minds have changed, when we push ourselves to keep up with a pace or a level of effort that belongs to a younger version of ourselves, we're not being brave. We're ignoring essential signals our body and soul are sending us. And that's a mistake that can cost us dearly. Think about the people you know, or even yourself, who have pushed too hard. How many times have you seen someone ignore nagging pains, relentless fatigue, or emotional exhaustion, only to end up with injuries, breakdowns, or chronic health problems? How many have suffered silently because admitting they were tired or overwhelmed felt like admitting defeat? It's heartbreaking and all too common. From my perspective, real strength is not in pretending to be invincible or in masking pain with stubbornness. Real strength shines through when you can look honestly at yourself and say, "I've done enough." It's okay to pause. It's okay to ask for help. That kind of courage, knowing when to slow down, when to lean on others, and when to respect your limits, is the kind of wisdom that comes only with experience and self-love. Our bodies are remarkable, but they are not made to defy time indefinitely. Maybe your heart races when you try to keep up with old habits, or your mind feels foggy when stress piles up. Maybe the weight you once lifted easily now feels heavier, or the emotional burdens feel harder to carry alone. These aren't signs of failure. They are honest, important signals reminding you to care for yourself differently now. Aging doesn't mean giving up on life or surrendering your dreams. It means adapting, evolving, and honoring the incredible journey you've taken. It means embracing your body, not as a machine that must perform endlessly, but as a wise companion that has carried you through decades of joys, hardships, and triumphs. That companion deserves kindness, patience, and respect. When you recognize your physical and emotional boundaries, you're not shrinking, you're protecting yourself. You're creating space to live a fuller, richer, healthier life. There's no shame in saying, "I need to rest," or "I can't do this alone anymore." In fact, that's one of the most powerful declarations of maturity and self-respect you can make. So please, stop fighting to be who you were 20 or 30 years ago. Embrace who you are today, the person shaped by every challenge, every lesson, every smile, and every tear. You've earned the right to live at your own pace, to care deeply for yourself, and to savor life's moments without feeling pressured to push beyond what feels safe and right. Let go of the fear that admitting limits makes you weak. The true strength lies in knowing and honoring those limits. You're not losing anything by admitting you need to slow down. You're gaining freedom, peace, and the chance to live more fully in the here and now. Take a deep breath. Give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Remember, your worth is not measured by how much you do physically. It is measured by the incredible, resilient, compassionate person you have become. No amount of slowing down can diminish that. This doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you love. Instead, it's about adapting those passions and activities to fit the reality of your body and mind today. Knowing your limits is not surrender. It's the highest form of self-care and wisdom. It takes true courage to say no when something no longer serves you, and to embrace what nurtures your well-being. By honoring your boundaries, you protect your health, your energy, and your joy. You make room for the things that truly matter. Those experiences, relationships, and moments that fill your heart with meaning and happiness. And that, to me, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. The seventh thing you must stop doing: avoiding sexual relationships because you think you've passed the age for it or that it's simply no longer for you. This misconception is one of the most damaging myths surrounding aging, and honestly, it breaks my heart every time I hear someone say, "I'm too old for that now," as if their desire, their passion, or their right to intimacy somehow expires with the passing years. Let me be clear. Sexuality has no expiration date. The notion that desire fades away as you grow older is not only false, but it's also deeply unfair. Sex and intimacy are not just youthful indulgences or fleeting phases. They are fundamental parts of the human experience that can, and should, continue to bring joy, connection, and vitality well into your later years. It pains me to see so many people, especially seniors, quietly give up this beautiful aspect of life because of shame, fear, or the false belief that they somehow don't deserve it anymore. When approached with love, respect, and a healthy mindset, sexual intimacy becomes a powerful source of pleasure and emotional closeness at any age. Unfortunately, one of the biggest barriers that keeps older adults from embracing their sexuality is the crushing weight of social stigma and internalized prejudices. Society has conditioned us to think that sex belongs only to the young, as if aging means you must abandon a crucial piece of your identity. But that couldn't be further from the truth. This lie steals away so many opportunities for happiness and connection, robbing people of a deeply fulfilling part of life. In reality, intimacy in the golden years can be richer and more meaningful than ever before. As the years pass, physical closeness transforms into something more profound. It's no longer just about the mechanics of sex, but about connection, touch, and emotional bonding that nourishes both the body and the soul. It's about feeling seen, cherished, and valued, about sharing moments of tenderness that comfort and uplift you. These experiences are not just pleasant. They are essential to maintaining your quality of life and overall happiness. I know many people worry about the natural changes their bodies go through as they age, concerns about performance, stamina, or physical limitations. It's completely normal to feel this way. Our bodies do change, and that's just part of the journey. But these changes do not signal the end of pleasure or intimacy. Quite the opposite. With age comes a profound wisdom and a deeper understanding of your own desires and needs. You learn to communicate more openly, to listen to your body, and to savor the experience without the unrealistic pressures that often accompany youth. What remains is a gentler, more authentic connection with yourself and your partner, one that's free from judgment and expectations. It's no longer about impressing anyone or performing according to outdated standards. Instead, it's about presence, love, and trust. It's about embracing the moment, finding new ways to express affection, and discovering that intimacy can be a source of joy and fulfillment at every stage of life. Your sexual life may look different now than it did decades ago, and that's okay. It's about adaptation, exploration, and letting go of old rules. Whether that means talking more openly with your partner, experimenting with new ways to connect, or simply cherishing the emotional closeness that comes with physical touch, the possibilities are endless. What matters most is that you reclaim your sexuality as a vibrant, living part of who you are, no matter your age. Never forget that you deserve love, pleasure, and connection just as much today as you ever did. There's no right or wrong age for intimacy. Desire doesn't come with an expiration date, and it certainly isn't a privilege reserved only for the young. So, if you've been holding yourself back because of shame or societal expectations, I encourage you to let go of those false beliefs and step boldly into your pleasure and joy. Embrace your sexuality with the confidence and wisdom that come with your years, and you'll discover that it continues to enrich your life in beautiful, unexpected ways. Beyond the emotional and relational benefits, the health advantages of an active sexual life in older age are truly remarkable. Scientific studies show that regular intimacy can improve mental health, boost the immune system, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. How incredible is that? By simply allowing yourself to experience closeness and pleasure, you're actively supporting your body's resilience and vitality. During moments of intimacy, your body releases a wonderful blend of hormones, endorphins and oxytocin, often called the feel-good and love hormones. These natural chemicals lift your spirits, ease stress, and deepen your emotional bonds. Oxytocin, especially, fosters warmth and connection, making you feel safe and cherished. By avoiding sex, you might unknowingly miss out on one of your greatest natural tools for physical and emotional well-being. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all path to sexuality in later life. Everyone's journey is uniquely their own. What matters most is that you feel comfortable, fulfilled, and true to yourself. If desire is still part of your life, and for many, it is, don't let age or cultural stigma silence that vital voice inside you. If doubts or worries arise, take the time to seek information, communicate openly with your partner, and consult trusted health professionals if needed. There are many resources to support you in maintaining a joyful, satisfying sexual life despite the changes your body may experience. Sexuality is a vital thread woven through your life's tapestry, one that deserves nurturing and celebration at every stage. Life itself doesn't stop, and neither should the pleasures that make it worth living, be they emotional, intellectual, or physical. As we reflect on everything discussed here, remember this: aging isn't about slowing down or giving up. It's about opening a new chapter, one filled with freedom, wisdom, and the opportunity to live richly and intentionally. By letting go of limiting beliefs, like the myth that you're too old for sex, you reclaim your power to live fully, embrace pleasure, and find new meaning in your relationships. So take these words to heart and step into this new phase of life with courage and joy. Whether it's the comfort of a heartfelt conversation, the thrill of learning something new, or the warmth of an intimate connection, this stage of your journey holds infinite potential for happiness and fulfillment. You deserve nothing less.